We had our first morning workout this morning, and it's part of our mental conditioning program, and it's called the standard periods. We'll do about 6 or 7 of them, and it's called standard because it's playing up to the Tennessee standard. And so it's basically a series of about 7 stations at about 4 minutes long that have all types of drills that you find out about the leadership of your football team. But again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. What a great event, great crowd. How about our basketball teams, huh? Give them a round of applause. What I figured I would do is kind of give you a state of the program, where we're at right now, and then answer any questions that you may have. But obviously, we're excited finishing up recruiting. We're able to attract 21 individuals into our football family. And, we had a profile, and we were going to be very selective who we allowed into the Tennessee football family. And we had criteria, and we weren't going to budge from that criteria. And these 21 individuals are really going to set the foundation for many years to come. Many of them have won state high school championships. They've been in the playoffs. They've excelled academically in the classroom. They have great families, and I just think that's so important. You win with character, and every coach says it, but very few really do it. And so I thought that was really important. I think when you're able to attract 2 quarterbacks the caliber of a Joshua Dobbs and a Riley Ferguson, that really lends itself for the future. You look at the wide receiver position, we only had 5 receivers on scholarship. We want to have about 12. So to be able to really attract the quality of receivers that we were able to attract, and I think it all really, and I said it, is, the tide started to turn a little bit with Ryan Jenkins. And Ryan Jenkins' father is Lee Jenkins, who played here. He's a Vol. And he was committed elsewhere. And so we had work to do. And you could see the affinity for Tennessee come out. He would send me pictures of Ryan on Coach Fulmer's lap. He would send me pictures of them at practice. And Ryan's older son is a player at another institution where Ryan was committed to. So again, I thought that really the tide started to change when that happened. So we're excited to get them back into our football family. So the great thing about college football is you move on. It's always ever changing. So where are we at now? Well, first of all, we're recruiting for next year's class. And that started along with trying to assemble this year's class. And recruiting is nonstop. We've already had 2 junior days. Last week, out of the top 100 in the country, I believe we had about 20 of them on our campus. So they got a chance to take in the great environment at the basketball game. And so again, we're one Tennessee. When basketball does well, football does well. When baseball does well, football does well, and vice versa. We're one family. And so I think that's very, very important. So the greatest time of the year that I enjoy is right now, in terms of, because we get to work with our current team. And right now we're developing our identity. No 2 teams are ever the same. A third of college football changes year in and year out because of graduation. And so like I tell our players, we're Team 117. We've played football here for 116 years. This will be the 117th edition of the Tennessee Vols. And no 2 teams again are the same. Leadership, identity, personality, and that's what we're developing right now. And that identity is being born in the football complex in our strength and conditioning program, but also the things that we're doing now. And, the Vol Olympics is critical. And I know a lot of you guys have probably heard about it, but I think it's the greatest thing that we do to develop our team. And what it is we had our team vote on the 20 most powerful leaders that they felt in our team. And so those 20 leaders, we have 10 teams comprised of 2 captains. And they drafted, NFL style, they drafted their peers in a setting like this. Table, sport coat and tie. A lot of you saw the video. And they're going to compete in 3 areas. They're going to compete in academics, in social, and in football. all three aspects, because we're talking to them about being a champion. And before we can ever be a championship football team, our team has to be comprised of individual champions. And it's teaching them what a champion is. It's the way you dress. It's the way you go to class. It's the way you live your life. It's the way we practice. It's the way you prepare. It's all that encompasses being a champion. And then when you have a bunch of individual champions that come together, then collectively you have an opportunity to compete for championships on Saturday. And it's hard. And everyone wants to focus on the end result. We're focusing on the process day by day. And that's all you can do. So the Vol Olympics is part of that process. So how it works is each team, each individual member accrues points. And then at the end of spring, we'll award an overall champion. But during the week, they get plus points for an A or B. If they do extra credit sessions, if they do all the things we ask them, but they can also get minus points if they get a negative report from a professor, if they miss class, if they're late for class, if they don't get their study table hours in. And then socially, they can accumulate points with different things in the community. And then football, all the different challenges that we do, some of the standard periods will compete. But the team that accumulates the least amount of points for that week, those two captains have an extra 6 a.m. workout that week. And the other thing, I know our softball team did it, is we'll bring in a group of Navy SEALs. And at the other place I was at, we did it. And it's one of the greatest things we did, and it's leadership under duress. That's when you really find out who your leaders are. But part of the Navy SEAL routine is you're elected a captain. You're elected a leader. That's a very lonely position. So that's why they're responsible for their teammates. And that's why we hold them accountable. And what it lets me figure out is if they can't lead a group of 10 individuals, they surely aren't going to be able to lead a group of 105 individuals. So again, it's part of our leadership program. So I'm excited because we're going to play a different style of football. And I mean that sincerely. Every coach says it. If the two things in all of sport, in football, that are undercoached are effort and body position. And we're going to be a team. We have to be a team. We have to be a team that's comprised of overachievers. We have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But our players understand that, and I've loved their mentality so far. It's been anything I tell them to do, they've done, and that's great to see. But again, it's going to be a process, but I promise you this, when we get it right, it's going to be a product that you will be extremely proud of. And at the end of the day, it's about graduating our players. It's about making them the best individuals that they can possibly be, because they are part of the Tennessee football family and winning championships. And that's what it's all about. And we're working to be champions each and every day.